I just want to like express myself because I've not had an opportunity to express myself when it comes to the death of my dad. Um, every time it crosses my mind, I just feel pain and I just feel like tears just coming, fill my eyes. Because I think it's because there's so much unanswered questions. When my dad died, I think I was 14, 13 or 14. I think I was 14 when my dad died. And recently I found out that from my mom that my dad my dad died in the UK. He died in the UK. So recently I just found out that he was actually in the UK for 10 good years. 10 good years. 10 good years. My dad was in the UK for 10 good years. So that means that when he traveled, I was only 4 years when my dad traveled. And I think I'm older than my brother. Um, I think, was it 2 years difference or 3 years difference between me and my younger brother? It was just us two, my brother and myself. So, so that means my brother was like 2 years old or a year getting to two. So I remember very well that my brother, he didn't cry. I remember very well my brother, he didn't cry during the funeral, and I mean he was. I think it's because he probably didn't have any form of connection with the man um to cry. Cause I don't remember him crying. I remember him playing tennis ball somewhere, and then we would always look for him to come, cause it's a funeral, you know. But me being 4 years, I am now calculating it actually, and I realized that I was actually 4 years when my dad traveled, because I didn't know that he was in the UK for 10 years. I didn't know that, you know. And there's so much mystery surrounding his death. And I mean, when he traveled, we used to talk. We would go to my uncle's place. If you've seen the picture, my uncle, the man that was in the picture, the that's the elder brother. He helped my dad travel. So I'm even lost. I don't know what I'm saying, Chef. I actually don't know where I was in the conversation.
He was 4 years when your dad left.
Yeah.
Before what?
So obviously I don't have memory of him. I have only one memory of him, and I don't know whether it was planted. My mom told me or I actually experienced it. I have one memory that I think my mom wanted to um but so Oshami Kakadru. You know, when you back home when you're younger, our moms do that a lot. Their kakadru be show. So I have this memory of running to my dad, and he was in the bedroom or lying on the bed. I ran to him and I went to him for refuge. And I remember him um, like kind of cuddling me or something, and I think I fell asleep or something. And then my mom still ended up doing the kakadru anyway. And that's the memory I have, the only memory that I actually have of my dad. And that one, I'm not too sure whether my mom told me or I actually experienced it. I'm not too sure. But when he traveled, we would be talking. We would have to go to my uncle's place because we was living in Pig Farm, Pig Farm down, or Ebony down. A very rough neighborhood. I'm telling you, very rough neighborhood. And when he would call, we would have to go to my uncle's place. at Dansuman and receive his call, once in a while. Growing up, I'm thinking like, why was he not able to like, talk to my dad? I mean, my mom directly. They were not divorced, you know. My mom could have had a phone, so we could have been able to talk to him directly. Because if we had to travel to, we had to go to my uncle's place to talk. Why couldn't we talk to him through my mom, like directly? Like they were not divorced. Our parents, they really suffered. Our mothers, they really suffered because those days their relationship was terrible. I mean, your partner, your husband will travel and you don't see, they still stay there and wait for them. It's crazy. Anyway, long story short, about his death. About his death. There's kind of two stories to his death. He died in the UK. Apparently, he was with this woman here that he wanted his papers. The woman refused to give the papers, and well, he was fed up and he said he was coming to Ghana for good. He didn't care about the papers anymore. He was coming to Ghana for good. So the story is one story is he fell from the bathroom. He was in the bathroom. He fell. He hit his head. He fell into coma. I was in secondary school in Fantiman at that time when we heard the news that my dad was not well. He was in a bad condition. you know. And then the second story is actually the woman that he was with in the UK, had a struggle with her. He had a struggle with this woman, and the woman used an iron. She used iron to hit his head. You know, I don't know which of it is true, but a lot of things do not add up. How I wish I could see this woman so that know who this woman is, so that she would answer some few questions for me. My dad, they actually brought his body from the UK to Ghana. Those days, how many years ago? I was in secondary school, um, first year, form 1 in secondary school. Those days, you know, that would have been quite expensive to bring a body all the way from Ghana to, all the way from the UK to Ghana. But his body was bought, and he was buried in Ghana. Yeah, those of you who actually saw the pictures that I posted, you know, uh, I would, I don't know. I'm actually talking to this older people who lived in the UK. Does anyone know my dad? Did anyone had an encounter with my dad? If you could inbox me, I don't know. Now that I have some form of platform that I can speak and it might get somewhere, who knows? I might get answers. I really want to see this woman who was with my dad, and know the truth from her. What happened? What happened? Is it true? What happened? And apparently, the doctor said there was no hope for him, so they had to pull the plug. They had to pull the plug. So, maybe can I get tissue? I actually don't know. I'm hoping that someone knows my dad, because he stayed in the UK for 10 good years. So I'm actually speaking to the elder people, older people who comes on our page. Yeah, that's my dad's picture there. That's his full picture there. If anyone knows him, have had an encounter with him, you know, inbox us, inbox me, please. Let me know, because the truth about his death is only two people who actually knows the truth about his death. What really happened to him? What he's he was all about? Whether whatever plans he had for his kids, like me and my brother or something. There's only two people who knows, and that would be my uncle, the one in the picture, you know, and this woman. And I'm not really getting answers from my uncle. And I really need to know. I want to know. Maybe it would give me some form of how do they, what's the word? I've forgotten the word. Some form of relief or something. You know. Anyway, I'm gone.